Good morning. Today is Monday, May 4th, and we are at the beginning of Farm Week. That is our theme this week in art. This is a cow. Move him over there. Today we're going to draw a barn. Tuesday, we're going to learn how to draw a cow. Wednesday, some chickens. Thursday, a cat. Cats actually are very common in farms, especially in the barns. They keep the mice away. And Friday, we're going to draw a pig. So I think it should be fun. Let's get started. I'm going to put this over here. So what are we going to need to do all this for today? We are going to need, let me show you what I did for the barn. Can you see that? Make sure you can see that. Yep. Okay. So the barn is, barns are commonly red, painted red. The reason why they're painted red is the farmers mix something called rust. It's not actually rust. It's some sort of chemical or pigment or something into the paint, the linseed oil. That's what they paint the barns with. Whatever is in this red paint stops mold from growing. So that's good because mildew and moss and things like that, you don't want those on your farm barns. So they're commonly painted red. A lot of times they have white trim too. So we have at the top a hay loft. That's where the hay, which is what some of the animals eat, is up there. It's usually yellow, kind of golden color. What else do we have up here? We have a cat, little kitten in there, and then we got a big door. There's usually a big barn door. I made this really big. I don't think they're generally that big, but just for our purposes it will be. We have a bird sticking out, and we have that could be a horse or something. And then when we open it up, we're going to see the inside of the barn. So we've got that hay loft that we saw. We have a ladder that goes up to the hay loft. And then these are stalls. These would be for horses or for cows. And this could be for, I'm not sure what that could be for. That could be a pigsty where the pigs live. So, and when we're done, we'll paint this. We'll color this blue because that's the sky. So what we need to do this is a piece of paper. Let me get it there. Piece of paper. A pencil, our drawing pencil. We're going to need a red crayon, or red colored pencil. It depends on what you want to use. A blue pencil for the sky, and yellow. Where's my yellow? Yellow for the hay, and I think brown because the inside is going to be a lot of brown wood. Oh, here's some pictures that I found. Some barns. Let me see. Yep, it's beautiful. See that shape of the roof? That's a very common shape of a roof of a barn, and that's how we're going to make ours. And this is a silo. It's where they keep grain. We're not going to draw a silo. I don't think we're going to have room for that, but maybe we will. We'll see. And the bottom of the barn looks like it's stone. Like the foundation is stone. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's move our pencils aside. I'll put them up there. Okay, so we want to look at this paper. We're going to hold it this way because eventually what we want to do is we want to fold it like this. So an easy way to make sure that we fold it the right way is, I think this is the easiest way. We're going to pretend that we're going to fold this in half. So we're going to put corner to corner like that. See that? Like that. Okay. Now, so hold it tight right there with your fingers, and then slide your other finger and put a creaser, but not a full crease, just a teeny little crease like that. Got that? And then we're going to open up the paper and see we have this like little line right there, that crease. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Okay, cool. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take both sides of this paper and fold it towards that crease. So we want it to line up like that. And we're going to crease that. We can do that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Line that up. Let's see. Is that lined up? How's that look? Perfect. Yep, I like that. Okay. Does everybody get that? Make sure you can see it. Yep, okay. So let's get our drawing pencil and let's start the barn. So we're gonna start more than halfway up. Probably if this was halfway, maybe half of the half. So maybe up here. I just put a little dot there. Okay. And then we're lightly gonna draw a line that goes like here. Okay, very light. Can you see that? Or did I draw it too light? I think I drew it too light. Okay, let's draw it a little darker. How's that? That looks good. Okay, and then let's do the same thing on the other side. And the way I kind of measure to make sure that my lines are even is I just hold a pencil and I bring it down. Or if you have a ruler, you could do that. So our little line should be right there. Okay, I'm going to draw a straight line. Like that. There. How's that look? Then, this isn't the shape of the roof though, is it? This is this part of the roof. So now we had to bring it down a little farther. So let's draw another line. Let's see, let's get a pencil. Okay, we're gonna make the roof like right here. Like go down like that. And then, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is truly not perfect, what I did. And then we're going to erase. Do we have our erasers? I didn't tell you we needed an eraser. What did I do with my eraser? Here it is. Oh, it's really warm in here. I'm going to open up my window. Okay, there. Okay, so let me open up my window. Okay, so we have the roof line of our barn. So this above the roof is going to be blue, and then below this line is going to be the barn. So let's kind of divide this into a couple different floors. So what we're going to do is draw the doorway, and the doorway is going to go sort of, let's see, probably halfway. So if we folded this in half, this is kind of halfway right here. So let's draw, we're going to draw a rectangle. Like that. And bring it down. Bring it down. How's that look? Does that look good? It's a little off. You can see that this line isn't quite straight, but that's okay. Maybe fix that. Let me erase that. And then we're gonna just draw, let me erase that now. Has anybody ever been to a farm? I know I think the zoo has a barn with some farm animals. I think they do, unless that's I get the Philadelphia Zoo mixed up with Elmwood Park Zoo, which is in Norristown, because that's closer to where I live. But I think the Philadelphia Zoo has a barn. And they have some farm animals. That would be fun. I know you guys have been to the zoo. Okay, so this part right here is going to be white. And then the barn door is going to be split in half. So we're going to put like a line right here. Okay. Then we're going to put some windows. We're going to do a nice size window for the hayloft. So we're going to draw another rectangle, but it's going to be smaller than this one. Like that. Is that okay? I think that's okay. And then we're going to draw another rectangle just over to make it look like it's trim. Trim is the white part. This is the trim that I'm referring to. Okay. All right. Then let's have a window over here. I had 2 windows on my picture, but oh no, I guess this guy has 3. I don't know what happened to my other barn. Ugh. Yeah. I'll just put 1 window over here. And so that's kind of a square, then a little square inside the square. Okay. Then how we're going to do that? Remember we did the what do we do? The nest. Well, we folded the paper just like this. So to draw the barn on the inside, we're going to open up one of these pages, and we're basically going to draw the other half of this barn. So we're going to kind of just eyeball it like there. This is going to come down like that. So doesn't that look like it's all one? And then we're going to fold it over that way and do this side. Like that. And then maybe over here. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could see that that's a little off, but it's okay. And then let's see what we got here. We've got a line here, and that's where the stalls are for the horses or the cows. Okay, so this is the inside of the barn. And up here is the hayloft. So we're going to draw a line across. And then we're going to draw some hay. There'll be some hay here. So we'll just draw some lines. And then we're going to color it. What color did I say hay was? It's kind of yellow. Yellow gold. So we'll just do that like that. And then we're going to draw a ladder. Ladders are fun to draw. So we're going to draw a rectangle all the way to the top. Like that. And then we're just going to draw lines. And when we use our crayon or a color pencil, this is all going to be brown because this is just wood. Okay, so let's draw something here. This is like a beam that goes up. Beam is like a piece of wood. And we're going to draw another beam. And we'll color these brown. And then how about another one over here? And then maybe one like that. And those are the stalls for the cows or the horses or whatever. So the pigs are going to be here, horses or cows over here, and this is just space. Okay, so let's get started coloring. Now, what we could do first is the barn. Oh, no, we need another line here for the trim. You know what? I think the garbage men are here. I gotta get the dog in because she's going to bark at them. You want to come with me? Let's do that. Let's get the barn, or get the... All right, let's see if she's there. Going through my house. Is she there? No, she's not. Rox. Where? Roxy. There she is. She's here. Oh, yeah. Come on in. She's a film star now. Back into. She will bark at them. Okay, so let's put this back. Got it? Cool. Okay, so let's use our red and let's start coloring the barn. So like we did when we did the rows, you do your detail first. So you edge this out, and then you could just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like that. But you want to make sure that when you color something in, you want to do your edges first, because then you could do kind of, not sloppy, but just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It goes much quicker that way. Like that. Okay. How's that look? Let's see. I think today is going to be nice out. And then it's going to get cold again. Or colder. It was really nice this weekend. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, looks what's happening to my pencil. Look how dull that is. Let me sharpen that real quick. Much better. Okay. All right. Go back and forth, back and forth. Oh, I almost got that edge. But you know what? Oh, that's okay if you get the edge, because you just then you move it. It's not a big deal. Let's see. So tomorrow when we do cows, I think tomorrow's cows, yes. I've got some really good pictures of cows that I took of, my sister lives on a lake somewhere in Georgia, and she lives right next to a farm. So whenever we take a walk, which we do a lot, we go visit the cows, and they come up to the fence by the road, and we feed them. And they just eat grass. It's nice grass though. It's grass that they grow for the cows. And they take it right out of our hands. It's kind of fun. Okay. I posted some pictures on Class Dojo last night. There's that bell. Of a barn that I have a really good friend. He's actually my art teacher. He teaches me how to paint. He lives in New Jersey, and he lives on a farm. Well, he technically doesn't live on a farm, but he's got chickens, and he's surrounded by farms. So he took some pictures of some barns around his area, and that's what I posted on Class Dojo. So why don't you make sure you check those out. Oh, I like that. Does that look good? Looks really good. Okay, so let's color this. I almost said paint, but we're not painting. The bottom half red. And then when we do chickens, which is in a couple days, he also sent me pictures of his roosters. They're beautiful. So roosters are really pretty. So we're gonna learn how to draw and color a rooster. I'm gonna learn how to draw and color a rooster because I've never done that before. I did paint a picture of a rooster once. That wasn't very good. I'm not going to show it to you because it doesn't really look like a rooster. Let's see. Oh. Well, maybe I'll show it to you. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Okay, so then let's see what this is. Blue, blue sky. We could draw the sun because the sun would be out. Let's see, so let's put the sun over here. Kind of in the corner. Okay. Then blue sky. We're going to do the edge again, remember? Oh, and look at that. Doesn't that, now you can see that there's white trim there. So you're probably wondering, what's she talking about? Ooh, look what happened to my pencil. Oh, it broke. Another, is this the same color blue? Let's see. I could sharpen that, but I think it's gonna break again. Same color? Nah, not really, but that's okay. There you go. Okay. Just kind of make that a little darker so it looks like it was the same color. There's so many different colors of blue. And they both say that they're blue, but oh, this is sky blue. And this is spectrum blue. So I don't know what that means. What does that mean exactly? Oh, I went in there, but that's okay. All right, let's do this side. I think with your colored pencils, I think you have one blue, which makes it easy. Because then you can't pick the wrong blue. And your crayons, I know you have one blue. All right. The hardest part is when you get to the edge. All right. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do here? We're gonna make hay for the hay loft. So hay is yellow. It's kind of gold color. So we're just gonna draw some lines like that, like stack like that. And then we're gonna go back in there with some brown. Let's see, where is brown? Here's some brown. I think I know you have brown. So let's just go, see. There. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Okay, should we put a little animal in here? What animal should we put in? Let's put a bird. Because we know how to draw birds. Remember, we drew them real simple. We just did a circle. It looked like I was actually drawing a snowman, a circle, then a slightly bigger circle. More of an oval. And then teeny little because it's really small. And then what color do we want to draw it? What color? Let's see, should we do yellow? Why don't we do yellow? Okay. Cool. And then here, should we have somebody looking out at us like an animal? We'll do that when we do the animals because we haven't done the animals yet. Okay, so we're going to open this up and we're going to work on the inside. So most of this, well, we know what color was this. This was the hay. So let's just do that. Remember we were going to just use yellow. And then brown. Just kind of randomly outline the steps in brown, because what did we say they were made out of? They're made out of wood. And generally wood is brown. So we're going to draw, we're basically just drawing over with our colored pencil or our crayon what we drew with our regular pencil. But we always draw things first when we're sketching with a regular pencil because it's erasable. Colored pencils, a lot of them are not erasable. I have, I think this is, I know I have erasers for color pencils. I just saw them in here. Oh, it's not one. I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. But they're really rough. They're like sandpaper. Yeah, sand eraser, duh. So they really kind of dig into the paper. So I don't recommend that we use them. I don't give those out. Okay, so that's our ladder. Climb up the ladder. And then we're going to outline our beams. These were the beams that were the stalls for the, either where the horses are going to go, although we're not drawing horses, we're drawing cows, where the cows are going to go. Now, when we draw our animals, we're going to draw them a little bigger than what looks like that they would, you know, fit into this barn. And the reason why we're doing that is I want to show you how to draw them, and then later you could just use this, you know, you could save this video, or once you learn how to draw a cow, you can draw a cow anytime. So you can draw them a little smaller, but for me to teach you how to draw them, we're going to do them, you know, bigger, so you can see it all. And then what I'll do is I will have drawn a smaller version for you. It will be exactly the same animal, the same way to draw. It's just going to be slightly smaller, just so you can see that it could fit in the barn. So I'm just filling this in to make it look like beams. And let me write down that word for you now. If you don't, I'm just saying the word. Okay, so we made a barn. And we made a hay loft. And right now we are coloring the beams. So it's B-E-A-M-S, beams. We're coloring those brown. Okay, let me check the time, make sure we're okay. I don't know what time we are. Swear is not telling me the time. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so then what we could do is we could color this blue. Now, where was that sun? Do you remember where the sun was? The sun was over here, so let's make sure we don't cover the sun. The sun was over here. Okay, and then we could just color this whole thing blue, and we go back and forth. You can see the barn on the other side because this paper I'm using is pretty thin. It's, I think it's paper I got for copiers. But that's okay, but you can see it. Oh. Look what I almost did. What was this? Was this going to be for the pigs? Called a pigsty. They're going to be in here. Maybe a chicken coop. I think it may be a chicken coop. Yeah, okay. My neighbors have a chicken coop. So I'm going to ask her, I'm going to send her a text today and ask her if she could take a video of the chickens in the chicken coop. I think that would be kind of fun to see. I used to have one on my phone, but I couldn't find it last night when I was looking for it. So I babysat the chickens once, which involved me getting them out of their coop, letting them run around the yard, and then feeding them and making sure they had enough to drink, and then getting them back into the coop. That was hard to do because they didn't listen to me. It's not like talking to a dog. All right. Ooh, I like that. I think that looks really good. So this is the outside of the barn. Ta-da! And then this is the inside of the barn. I like the way that works. Doesn't that look great? And then when we, let's see, what are we doing? What are the animals that we're doing again? Okay, we're doing a cow tomorrow, chickens, a cat, and a pig. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a cat. He's gonna be sitting here. So we're gonna draw the cat. We're gonna draw him big, and then we'll draw him little. And then the chickens, we're gonna put them in here. This will be the chicken coop. But we'll draw them big just for practice. And the cows probably will be here, maybe. Although you generally see cows outside, so maybe they'll be, you know, we'll have them over here. And pigs, I'm not sure where the pigs are gonna be. So I think the pigs are probably the easiest to draw. So, but I think it will be fun. And then next week, well, I'll tell you next week a little later in the week what we're gonna do. So I hope you guys have a great day. I know today it really kicks in for the online learning. I hope everybody is successful in this, and I will talk to you tomorrow.